The last farz action of prayer, which in Arabic is called qaida akhira. Qaida akhira, the last sitting. So in a 2-unit prayer, the last sitting is after the second unit. In a 3rd unit prayer, the last sitting is in the 3rd unit. In a 4th unit prayer, the last sitting is in when? 4th. Now, to sit, the time it takes a person to read tashahhud up to a rasulu at a moderate pace without any mistakes, it is farz. So write that down. The first farz is to sit. Farz, to sit, the time it takes a person to read tashahhud. Yes, the time it takes a person to read tashahhud in the last unit, it is farz. It can be at a good pace as well. But if you're reading at a good pace, you've got to be mindful that you're reading it properly. So this is the first farz. All right, now this is the first masla. Now, there's 2 things here. We all sometimes make a mistake when it comes to the last unit. Sometimes we get up. Yes? Mm-hmm. Sometimes we get up from the... Now, as far as the last unit is concerned, you should complete your prayer sitting down. But sometimes a person forgets, he thinks it's not the last unit or whatever, and he gets up, whatever's in that. Now, there's 2 scenarios here when he gets up. All right, there's another one. All right, this one. We're going to do it like, if a person gets up forgetfully. So if a person gets up, now there's 2 scenarios, and I'll mention both scenarios and I'll give you the ruling. What is the scenarios? One scenario is you're in the last unit. You either, from the second sajda, you directly go up. This is one. And the other one is you go up after reading At-Tahiyyatu Lillahi up to Ashhadu wa Rasuluh. So one is that you go in the 5th unit directly from the second sajda. You didn't sit. You sat or you didn't sit, it doesn't make a difference. You got up. And the other scenario is you read tashahhud and then you get up. Now the rulings for both of these masla are different. So if a person gets up forgetfully, there's 2 scenarios here. How many?
2.
He reads the shahud, and the other one is
now sitting.
He doesn't read. Now, there's 2 scenarios. There can be 2 scenarios for that. A person directly gets up from the second unit, or a person gets up, he doesn't read, and he just gets up. That's the same. So he does not read. Now, if you understand this, the masala like this, you will not forget it. But if you read it in the books, I'm giving you a challenge. Go back home and read this masala in the books. Inshallah, you will never understand. Never. It's very complicated. So if you understand it like this today, you will never forget it. If you make this chart in your head. So there's 2 scenarios. If a person gets up forgetfully, 2 scenarios, he either sits down or he doesn't sit down, he gets up for the 5th, or he gets up after tashahhud. Now if he gets up after tashahhud, there's 2 scenarios here as well now. How many?
2.
What are the scenarios?
You remember straight away?
He returns before performing the sajda of the extra unit. We're not going to say 5th. Why? If we said 2 unit prayer, 3rd is the last. So we're going to say he returns before performing the sajda of the extra unit. Yes? And this one, he doesn't return. Meaning he performs the sajda of the extra unit. What's the ruling here now? The ruling is he returns before performing the sajda of the extra unit. What does he do here? So what he does here, he comes straight down. He'll come straight down. Before going in the sajda of the extra unit, he'll come straight down. Even if he's in ruku, he won't complete the ruku, he'll go back down. And then he'll do salam, one salam on the right side. He won't read the shahud books, he's already read it, remember? He's already read it. He won't read the shahud, he'll do assalamu alaikum. And what will he do? He'll do two sajde, get up, and then complete prayer. At-tahiyyat, Durood Sharif, and that again. So this is it. Muhammad looks confused. That's nothing new. He's always confused. So what you do is this: you come back down, directly come down. You're not doing no sajda. Because if you do sajda, what's happened? That's extra. So you come straight down. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Two sajda, 1, 2, and you then at-tahiyatullah, durood, and the dua finished. Got it? So the ruling for this is what? What's the ruling here? Huh?
And then
Yeah. Sada Sav and read from the Shahud again. Got it? What does he do here? If he performs the sajda of the fifth now, after the Tashahhud, what does he do now? He adds another unit, makes it 6. The first 4 will be farz, the last 2 will be nafil. And he does sadda sahab, that's like normal. But if he comes down, and if he comes down, doesn't do the 6th, it's better now he doesn't waste that one unit. Add another one. But for instance, he does the 5th and he completes at-tahiyyat, he's going to do sadda sahab now. What is he going to do? Sadda sahab again. From what? From the start, at-tahiyyatu lillah, and then complete. Got it? So in this scenario, what happens? You say he adds another one to make 6. Out of the 6, 4 will be farz and 2 nafil. Got it? So if he
niyat again or like
no need. He just finishes off this.
automatically.
All right, okay. So this one so what a person sits down and he reads at-tahiyyatu lillah. Now I'm going to demonstrate. Demonstration is easier. That you won't forget. So now a person is in last unit of prayer. So we're only covering this one. I'm only explaining this one, then I'll explain that later. At-tahiyyat, last unit. At-tahiyyatu lillah to the end, ashhadu anna Rasulullah, and he gets up. I don't know why he gets up, but he gets up. And then he starts reading. And then he remembers before going into sajda. Oh, what have I done? I've already completed my prayer, should be going down. He goes down. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. 2 sajda again. And then what does he do? At-tahiyyatu lillah. Then what does he do again? He starts again. At-tahiyyat and the rest. At-tahiyyatu lillah wa salatu Durood Sharif and salam. Finish.
Does he need to say Allah Akbar?
Yeah, he has to say Allah Akbar.
When he's in the ruku and he remembers of going back to the qaida.
Yeah. No Allah Akbar. No Allah Akbar. No.
If he's reading at that time.
No Allah Akbar. That's no Allah Akbar. He's done it.
So he's done, when he's come down, he's done one salam, he done such
So gets back up, sits, and then at-tahiyyat, durood, and dua. Finish off.
Salam again, right?
Yeah, so do it again. In this scenario, what he does is, in this scenario, if he's added an extra unit, yes, and he comes back again, does a 6th one, and then reads at-tahiyyatu lillah on the side, and then goes down again, 2 sajda, gets back up, at-tahiyyatu lillah, Durood Sharif, and finishes, completes his prayer. Is that clear? Clear?
If he completes 5 minutes, still it is fine, right?
Yeah. Even if he completes 5, what he's done is now he's wasted that 1 unit.
Yeah, add extra.
That extra unit he's added, he's wasted, because the Prophet of Allah said, La butayra fi salah. There is no, salat is not odd. Salat is not 1 unit. La butayra. Salat is not, so he's wasted it. But when he comes down, if he's done the 5th sajda, the sajda of the 5th unit, he comes up, then he does sajda sahab, he has to do sajda sahab. You got it? This one now. he does not read tashahhud. Now, if he doesn't come down, if he doesn't, there's two scenarios here again. He comes down before sajda or not? Comes down before what? He comes down before the sajda of the, good boy, extra unit. What does he do now? So he comes down before the sajda of the extra unit. What does he do? He's simple. Comes down, reads at-tahiyatu lillah, does salam, two sajde, back up again, at-tahiyatu drushi, and finish it off. But if he doesn't come down, this is now, but if he doesn't come down, then he have to stand up and he'll have to, what he has to do then? Doesn't come, comes down, doesn't come down. He performs the, doesn't come down, yeah, completes extra unit. What's the rule in here now? Gone, finish. Farz is gone. Farz is finished. So he did what up? He does the sajda of the fifth. What he should do now? Add another one, 6, all nafil. So in this scenario, your prayer becomes what? Invalid. And now what does it become? Nafil. Yes, where's the pen gone? Allahu Akbar. Here, got it. So here, add another unit and complete 6, which will be considered all nafil. So now he has to repeat his prayer. What does he have to do? He has to repeat his prayer. That's it. He repeats his prayer in this scenario. But he does not do sajda sahv. No sajda sahv in this one. With no that's it now. Complete. There's no other masa a person can experience after the last unit of prayer. Is that clear? Yeah.
So just before this, where he does not read the shahud,
Where?
not in the fifth rakah.
He doesn't. What? This one, yeah. He gets up straight, gets up. After the last unit of prayer, he gets up. And he comes down before sajda. What will he do? He will read at-tahiyatu lillah, do salam on the side. Yes, go down to sajda, get up again, at-tahiyatu drood, and dua, finish. In this scenario where he doesn't come down before the 6th, he's performed the 6th, then it's up to him now. He adds another, he doesn't add, it's all gone. It's all nafil. But there's no sajda sahv. You got that one? Yes, clear? Shukr. All right. Brother, do you understand? I'll explain to you later. Even if you didn't understand, I'll explain later.
We'll have a second session.
Yeah. All right. Now, 3 masalas regarding this. How many? 1, 2, 3. Only 3. Number 1. If a muqtadi, this is a good one. If a muqtadi joins in the 5th or 6th unit, what happens in this scenario? In this scenario, if a muqtadi joins in he doesn't know what's going on, but he joins in the 5th. For him, he thinks it's the 3rd. Yeah, he thinks it's the 3rd. What happens now? What will happen is that his farz will not be valid. Books, they're nafal for him now. This prayer is nafal and he's praying farz. So his salat will not be accepted.
Only that last scenario?
No, this is in all scenarios. 5, 6 unit. In the 5th or 6th unit, if a person joins, regardless how he joins, this is a mukti coming from outside. He thinks he's praying farz. That guy thinks Imam's praying farz, but he's praying nafal now. He joins with the intention of farz. His salat is not accepted. It will not be farz for him, it will be nafal. But if he's a Shafi or a Hanbali Maliki, then the namaz will be accepted. No problem. So if they perform 2 behind the Imam or 1 unit behind the Imam, they can complete whatever their salat is. If it's a 2 unit prayer, add another one. If it's a 3 unit prayer, add 2. If it's a 4 unit, add 3. All right, that's what. And another masla. If a person even leaves 1 word of at-tahiyatu lillah, he will have to do sajda sahv. To read complete sajda sahw without missing any word is wajib. Write that down. Big masla. To read sajda sahw without missing any word, it is what? Wajib. So if a person misses one word, sajda sahw.
That's in Fard Salam.
Farz, sunnah, nafal. Yes, in farz, sunnah of all prayers. These principles are applied in all prayers. These principles are applied in farz, sunnah and nafal, all prayers. You got that one? And the third one, if the imam now, this is another one. What happens to the muqtadis now? The imam gets up after the fourth unit. He should have completed his prayer. So what do the muqtadis do now? They wait for Hazrat. If he comes down before the fifth, fair and good. If he doesn't, they will complete their prayer. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and then they will look at the imam. That's all. You got it? What?
So you don't follow.
No, you don't follow in the fifth and sixth, you wait for him to come down. So if he doesn't come down and he's completed the fifth, you finish your salat now. Assalamu alaikum. No sadda sahw for you, nothing. You already at at-tayyat and durood. All you do is now, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Another one done? Another masla. A person, he sits in the last unit of prayer and he gets up. What does he do? He doesn't read at-tahiyyatun and he gets up. But he doesn't do anything against salat. Meaning he doesn't talk to somebody. He doesn't eat or drink those things that are haram after saying Allahu Akbar. So what is haram after saying Allahu Akbar? In salat, everything. Talking, eating, drinking. He doesn't do none of that. And he's busy in the zikr of Allah. As soon as he realizes, what the hell have I done? And he's in the masjid, same place. He's in there. He should come down, complete his prayer. At-tayyatu lillahi wa salawatu, assalamu alaikum, get up again, at-tayyat, durood and dua and finish his prayer. You got it? So there's a lot of flexibility. What's the scenario? I'll tell you the scenario. This is the scenario. A person sits in the fourth and then he gets up and he starts moving. Allah Akbar, he's doing zikr. And then he instantly remembers, what the hell have I done? I have to complete my prayer. He will come back down, at-tayyatu lillahi, salam, two sajda, get up, at-tayyat, durood and dua, he will finish it off. You got it? This is a rare one though. This is what? So there were 3-4 mastas I mentioned. But these are the main ones. These are the main ones.
Is that like early dementia or something?
Yeah?
Like early dementia or something?
Yeah, it could be, yeah. A person doesn't, now he must be what is first for him to sit in the fourth unit, the time he takes a person, he gets up and starts walking around. But he doesn't do anything against salat, meaning talking, eating or drinking. And he's busy in the zikrs. Even if he goes out the mosque, no problem. But he can't stop and he comes back. What will he do? He will read at-tahiyyatu lillah, durood, at-tahiyyatu lillah, sajda sahw, get up again, at-tahiyyat, durood and dua, finish it off.
Can't see the phone as well.
Pardon?
Can't see his phone as well because that open like
No. Found, gone. I said anything again. So when you say Allah Akbar for salat, are you allowed to use your mobile? No. So if a person starts using the mobile, he's gone. Finish. Or talking to a kid or child or anything like that, is gone. And where did we get this masla from? This masla is extracted from this masla that if your wuzu breaks, what happens? You are performing salah behind the imam and your wuzu breaks. What do? You go back to the taps, do wuzu, come back and join the imam. You get it? This masla is extracted from there. As long as when this person is going out to do wuzu and he doesn't talk to somebody, or he eats something, or he attends to a phone call. So if a person attends to a phone call, eats or drinks something, or talks to somebody while she's going to do wuzu, go and finish.
If someone gives you salam, you just ignore them.
You ignore them. Yes. You got it? These were all masala regarding, today we covered, alhamdulillah, this was the last farz act of salah, which is qaida akhira. So we covered 6 in total. Takbir tahrima, qiyam, qiraat, ruku, sujood. In detail we covered these ones. And last one we already covered, qaida akhira, to sit in qaida akhira, meaning the last unit of prayer, the time it takes a person to read tashahhud. Yes, a person has to sit. Reading is not farz, sitting is farz. So sitting is farz, I said. So reading is not farz, sitting. Now these were all the farz covered. Now today we're going to start the wajibaat. What are we going to start? Yeah. Remember, these are wajibaat. Now if a person makes a mistake in the farz, meaning he misses a farz, his salat will be invalid. If he doesn't make up for it in salah. How do you make up for it in salah? So you were in sajda, in the second sajda, and you realize you didn't do ruku. You missed the farz, haven't you? So if you complete your prayer, even if you do sajda sahw, your salat is not going to be accepted. Because sajda sahw makes up mistakes. What does he make up for? Mistakes in the wajibat, not the farz. You missed the farz. So if you realize in the last qaida you didn't do your, what do you do then? You instantly get up from there. You instantly get up from there and you do ruku. Allahu Akbar. You go back down and finish your prayer then with Sadda Sahv. You got it? So you can make up for the farz action if you have missed it in salah. But if you, but that farz act, if you didn't make up for it in salah, and you cannot do Sadda Sahv for it. Got it? Now these are the wajibat. What are these?
Yes, sir. The makeup has to be at the time you realize it, or you finish everything and then you.
What do you mean by that?
So I remembered about missing the ruku. So
Yeah.
you do it instantly.
Instantly. You can't delay. You cannot delay a farz act. You instantly get up from whatever you were doing. For instance, you were in the sadda of the first one. Don't worry about it. Get up again. Then come back and do your saddas again and everything. Complete your prayer. You're going to do saddas anyway. Yes? You are by default penalized. You have to do saddas. You're penalized. So that's why you got to get up. You got to fulfill because farz takes precedence over wajibat. Wajibat you can make up for the wajibat. Saddas. You can't make up for the farz. All right. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We'll only cover a few today because I don't want you to break your wuzu. These are the first 3, 4 are very confusing. People get confused. First one, start writing down. To say, I don't know why they even mention this. Like I just said, I've said this many times, that sometimes our books have to be revisited and updated. Sometimes they're not. Like I'll give you an example. Like the masala regarding Aqidah. It's a redundant subject. It's the masail or the issues the ulama talk about on internet or the teaching, they are redundant masail. Redundant. Absolute waste of time. What did I say? The masail in the books of Aqidah, absolute waste of time. Redundant. Today you don't find now Mu'tazila, now Qadriya, now Jabriya, but we're studying these books. The same in these books of fiqh. Some things you never come across and you don't even have to mention. They are so technical. But why will they mention them? Because they mention them. The predecessor mentioned, so we have to mention as well. All right, now the first wajib is that to start salat by saying Allahu Akbar. To say Allahu Akbar, it is wajib. Now to raise your hands, it is sunnah. It is not wajib. So if a person says Allahu Akbar, that's it. Number 2, to appoint the first 2 units of farz prayer for qira'ah, meaning Surah Fatiha and that surah. The last 2, you don't have to read anything. It's sunnah to read Surah Fatiha. It's sunnah to read Surah Fatiha. It is not farz, wajib or anything. But if you miss the qira'ah in the first 2, then you will read them in the second 2. But you still have to do Sadda Sahv. Number 3, to read Surah Fatiha in every prayer of every unit, excluding the 3rd and 4th unit of farz prayer. To read Surah Fatiha in every unit of every prayer, excluding the 3rd and 4th of Fatiha. And I just gave you the reason why. Why?
Sunnah.
Good boy, Muhammad is up. Because it is sunnah, it is not wajib.
But if you don't read this Fatiha in 3rd and 4th, then what are you going to read?
That's another one. What are you going to read? You read or you don't read. Yeah, it's up to you what you read. Yeah, you can read At-Tahiyyat there, no problem. Standing up, you can read At-Tahiyyatu lillahi wa salawatu, you will not break. Because to read Qira'ah, to do Qira'ah to Sunnah anyway.
What's the masnoon in that? Like, is there any narrations about Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam reading something else?
No, if there is no, only Surah Fatiha. Yeah. Number 4, one more must I want to explain regarding Surah Fatiha, that when it came to At-Tahiyyat, if you missed one word, Sajda Sahw was wajib. Remember I said that to read complete At-Tahiyyat is what? But this is not the same masla for Surah Al-Fatiha. So if a person reads the majority of Surah Al-Fatiha and he forgets the rest, there's no Sajda Sahw. If he reads the majority. Now how many verses are there in Surah Al-Fatiha? Good boy. He reads 4 and he forgets, no problem. But if he forgets if he reads less than that, 4 ayat, then he will have to do Sajda Sahw. So there's a bit of, you can say, relaxation, flexibility as far as Surah Fatiha. But At-Tahiyyat, nothing. Right, number 4. What they say, I'm not going to mention this. Remember, we say to read a small surah, or 3 small ayat, or 1 big ayat after Surah Fatiha in every unit of every prayer, excluding the 3rd and 4th of Farz prayer. It is what? Wajib. But keep in mind, what do we mean by a small surah, 3 small ayat, or 1 big ayat? What do we mean by this? 30 letters. That's all. As long as you read 30 letters, be it 1 verse, be it 2 verses, be it 4 verses, it doesn't matter. As long as you read how many letters? Yeah, there's a lot of difference of opinion amongst the fuqaha. 28, and some say 28, some say 30. 30 is the more cautious one. Yeah, so 30. Just keep that in mind. 30 letters after what? Surah Fatiha. All right, next one. To read Surah Fatiha before doing the qira'ah. All right, number 7, qawma, to stand still after ruku. When you stand up, that is called qawma. At least the time it takes a person to say Subhanallah, which is about 2 seconds. You have to stand. But what do? Many people. This is a big mistake. Ji? No, I'm not going down. So you go down like this, and they don't even fully stand, and they're going to ruku. Namaz invalid. Look, and what do we mean by stand? That their hands should not be able to touch their knees. Now, if they get up here, that's all right. Because stands can't touch the knee now. But we should do it the proper way. Stand up straight. But for instance, what we do is, some people, Allah Akbar, and they go down. And this is a big masala in sajda. They do the packing like the hen does. They don't sit up properly, and they go back down. Namaz invalid. But don't go around telling this masala to people, or telling people in books why they get offended. It's not good. They will stop coming to the masjid. Yeah. So that's a masala for them to learn. That's a masala for them to look. All right. So Surah Fatiha, to read Surah Fatiha before the qira'ah. Number 6 was qawma. Yeah, and number 8, we'll do 8 only today, that's enough. And then books, we're going to revise this, and we're going to revise this amongst ourselves. Jalsa, to sit between the 2 sajdah. How much time? The time it takes place, subhanallah. You've got to be straight, and then you get back to now, if a person doesn't do this, he can't say, I was ignorant. There's no excuse. Why didn't you learn? We learn everything else. Why don't we learn how to pray? Yes? Especially the educated doctors and these people got no excuse. You've studied 10, 15 years to do it. You couldn't study salat properly. All right, now we're going to cover these. So we've done only 8 today. How many? 8. You got them, brother?
I got 7. I don't really, I missed 1.
All right, we'll do this from start. Number 1, to say Allahu Akbar. And to say Allahu Akbar at the start of prayer. That is what? Wajib. There's a lot of difference of opinion regarding this one in the school itself. So much difference. Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi, I'm giving you that masla on which the fatwa is on. The fatwa is on this one.
When you say Allah Akbar, say it out loud.
No, you got to. Now, this is a good thing. Good. So you're either the imam or muqtadi or mumfrid, praying aloud. You got to say it in such a, you can say, tone where you can listen to yourself. And the cue for that is your tongue is moving. Now there's a difference of opinion here. Some say you have to hear yourself. Some say you don't have to hear yourself as long as you're reading. You're not standing there dumb or idle. Allah, this. Nothing's moving. So what you're doing, you're reading in the head. Reading in the head is not accepted. You have to read. And this is another masala as well. If you are in jama'ah, you see there's some muqtadis reading aloud. They're in jama'at or they're praying alone. So when you're praying alone in the masjid, you shouldn't raise your voice. It's not good. It's makruh. It's makruh to raise your voice because this namaz is a silent prayer and you're reading it loud where other people are listening now. It's not good. You're reading so loud that it is wajib to read aloud in the first prayers only, and that is Fajr, Maghrib and Isha, and you're doing this aloud in the masjid. It's makruh. Right, so we'll cover the 8 today. Allahu Akbar. Everyone got that one? No.
Sorry.
Yes, sorry.
Touch the topic. Sometimes you do a mistake, like people are reading and we say Allah, but like little bit loud.
That's all right. That's for concentration. I do it myself. Because if I don't hear myself, then I keep on doing it. We're sick people. I did it 6 times a year in Wajib. Until I don't hear myself. That's why when I join the Imam, he's reading, I'm waiting for him to stop on an ayat. So, but so I don't hear myself, I say, so the shaitan's he's got a good grip on me. But no, I'm off. I'm praying my witr again. Especially since I've started reading this. You know how he's confusing me? You didn't do sajda. The shaitan is saying you didn't do sajda. If you do sajda on the ground, you can feel it. But if you do sajda on the chair, you can't feel anything. So at the end, I'm saying, nah, he did ruku, no sajdas. Start again. The shaitan, astaghfirullah. All right, he's got everyone. All right, so the first one we say Allahu Akbar aloud. The second one was easy. To dedicate, allocate the first 2 units of first prayer for Qiraat. Finish. Say that in your head once. These are the main 8 ones. Say that in your head. And I always say, when you are teaching, when I say, you use the exact words. You know why? Because if you use your own words, they're going to be something else, a new masala. We don't want you to be going out and giving new masala and they say, Mufti Sahab told us. A lot of people do this. They don't understand the masala and they say, Mufti said this. I said, yeah, theek hai, Mufti said this. If it's a very complicated masala, I can say, yeah, I made a mistake. If it's a simple masala, I will never make a mistake on the simple masala. But people say, we heard this from Mufti Sahab. So if you did hear properly, to read Suratul Fatiha, to allocate the first 2 units of first prayer for Qiraat. Got it? The third, we're on the third one, I think, yes?
Yes, sir.
To read Suratul Fatiha in every unit of every prayer, excluding the 3rd and 4th unit of first prayer. You got that one? Imran's got that one, that's going to tell us now. Let's go, Imran.
Like to read the Surah Fatiha.
No, the first one.
Allahu Akbar.
Good boy. Second one.
Second one.
All right, just say, so we're going to write it down here. First one was?
Allahu Akbar.
No, you forget, yeah. As long as the concept is clear. If the concept is not clear and you've memorized it, there's no point you're going to forget because you didn't understand. You got to understand. The first one was this. The second one was we're going to say allocate. Allocate. Qiraat. For what? First 2 units of first prayer. Got that? Everyone knows the farz. Do you know everyone knows the farz of salah? Yes? Is that clear? I'm talking about the farz, not wajibat. Everybody knows the farz? What are they? Takbir at-Tahrimah, Qiyam, Qiraat, Ruku, Sajood, and Qaida Akhira. Everyone got the 6? There's 6. These are wajibat. What's the third one? Surah Fatiha. In every, I didn't say prayer or anything. Every unit of every prayer. Excluding, so we're going to excluding,
Last 2
good boy, last 2
units of
of first prayer, good man. That's done. These are the only confusing ones, the rest are easy. What's the 5th one?
4th one.
Good boy. What are we going to write here? 30 letters or 3 small eyes, 1 big eye? What are you going to write? 30 letters.
That's the 4th one now, sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Is that not that easy writing up it is?
Fourth one. This is the 4th one, sorry.
You're our official scribe of this mosque. We're going to make what are those signboards for you outside?
Actually, just check the number.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, 2. Again.
It came after your first day back after.
Yeah, you can't blame me, mate. 4. All right, what is this one? Surah in every unit of every prayer, excluding last of Surah Fatiha. Surah Fatiha. All right. What's the 4th one?
To read at least 30.
Good letter. To read at 30 letters after
Surah Fatiha.
Fatiha in every prayer of every unit excluding third and fourth. So keep that in mind. So just keep this in mind. Only first two units. So third unit, nothing is farz to read. Fourth unit, nothing is farz. Just keep that in mind. To read, Wajib. To read at Sunnah, Surah Fatiha.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing is wajib.
Yeah, nothing is wajib. To read at least 30 letters after Surah Fatiha in what?
First two.
Every unit of every prayer excluding third and fourth of farz. Now is it good?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is 5 here? What's the fifth one here? These are the difficult ones. So we're going to Surah Fatiha in every unit of every prayer, excluding last two units of first prayer. Well, I was right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And here, this one, allocating qiraat for first two units of farz, and this one, to read at least 30 letters. So these three, forget about Allah Akbar. Everybody knows that. That's the easy one. These three. Everyone got these three?
Yep.
What is it?
But
What is it? Read us it.
even in the Sunnah, we don't do read anything after Alhamdulillah.
We do.
We do, yeah, just not in the first.
Not in the farz, that's it. In Sunnat al-Muakkada and Sunnat al-Ghair Muakkada, you do. And sometimes, this is a big trend back home in Pakistan, they get in the second unit after At-Tahiyyatulillah, if it's a Sunnat Ghair Muakkada, or what do they do, or a Muakkada, they get up. Now in the Sunnat Ghair Muakkada, before Asr, yes, one are Muakkad Sunnahs. Muakkad Sunnahs are those which the Prophet has stressed for us to pray. Sunnat Ghair Muakkada, no stress, you do, you don't do. So some people after At-Tahiyyatulillah get up for the third. So that's not the correct way. The correct way is At-Tahiyyat, Durood, Dua, get up and start from Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika tabarak ismuka. You got that? For the Muakkada prayers. For the Muakkada prayers. Not Ghair Muakkada. Ghair Muakkada you read in the surahs anyway. Need to get that? You're very confused.
Very new thing for us.
You? Yeah. Good. You learnt it? So Asr and Isha, 4 units before. So what the practice, the general practice is after the second unit, At-Tahiyyat, people get up. Yes. No, it's not good. Read the whole thing. Sunnat in the Ghair Muakkadas. Durood, Dua, get up, Subhanakallah wa bihamdika tabarak ismuka. Muakkada, there's no Muakkada after Zohar. After Zohar and before Zohar are Muakkadas.
He's saying what does it mean?
You mean the Sunnah
He said, what does it mean?
One is Sunnat Muakkada, one is Sunnat Ghair Muakkada. So the only difference here is that the Muakkadas, if you deliberately keep on missing, you deliberately keep on avoiding the Sunnat Muakkada, you don't practice them, you'll become sinful. The Muakkadas. Muakkada means something that is stressed or solidified, or it's very important. Emphasized, yes.
And this is, we're referring to Salah itself?
Salat itself. In general, that can be any action. Sunnah Muakkada means that. So that's why the Prophet said, I left two things. I've left two things. What did he say? Yeah. What didn't he say? Quran and Hadith. Did he say Quran and Hadith? He made it simple. Quran and Sunnah, my practice. That's deen. Deen is not Quran and Hadith. Because there's some ahadith that are not Sunnah. There are some ahadith that are not Sunnah. So if you follow the ahadith, you will be practicing unnecessary things. And you might avoid and not practice the Sunnahs. That's why the Prophet has made it easy. Don't go to the books, first come to me. The Quran and the Sunnah. I will have two things, the Quran and the Sunnah, follow them. You will never go astray. So where does a person go astray? When you try to understand the Quran and the Sunnah yourself, and you put the Prophet on his side. That's why I was teaching the kids. The Prophet of Allah, how can we please Allah? There's only one way we can please Allah Rabbul Izzat. That is, Allah has given us the Quran and the Sunnah, and then the prophetic way. So He's given us the Quran, the Sunnah, and the application, the Prophet of Allah, and the model that is practiced in the Quran and the Sunnah. So now there's no opportunity for you and me to say, I understand this, I think this. Now the Prophet's practiced it, finish. Made it simple. So you got the Masa, the Sunnah one?
Yeah, now you you explained that you have to do Attayatu,
Durood.
Durood, and what about
Dua.
Dua, and then get
Get up. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika tabarak ismuka wa ta'ala.
So why is that?
Even if you don't do that, it's your namaz is still accepted. But this is the better way. This is the better way. All right. So these 4 are covered.
Yeah.
You said durood and dua. This is before salam.
Yeah, before salam.
This is for sunnah.
Sunnat ghair muakkada. Right.
Sunnah, not for first salam.
Not farz. No. 5th one is what? We done the 5th one?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
at least subhanallah.
Surah Fatiha before Qiraat. That's easy one as well. And 6. These we don't keep up the 3 more. Absolutely simple. These are simple ones now. Good boy.
Subhanallah, at least.
Qawma. 7. Jalsa. And 8. Ta'dil Arkan.
Why is the deal?
We'll explain that. Ta'dil Arkan means to pray namaz, not to be hasty in salat. Give it time. Everything should be perfect. The standing, the ruku, the sujood. This is Ta'dil Arkan. According to Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi, I take that masla. It is farz. It is farz. That's why their namaz is not accepted the way they pray in. That's why they have to change. That's why they have to change their mazhab and come to Hanfis. These 2. Because according to Imam Shafi, your namaz are not gone, brother. I'm telling you now. According to us, it's all right, brother.
What's number 6 in your Qawma?
Qawma, standing up from the ruku.